I'm Todd Grisham, and there's nothing quite like the... This is Muhammad Ali. Here comes the Bronze Bomber. One of the...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing in this corner.
They'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for this high-energy showdown.
The fans are getting desperate.
High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. The jab doesn't quite connect. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice slip to avoid the jab. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. What an amazing environment, Johnny. A special night. These two gladiators going at it in the outdoors.
It's been a long, long day, Todd. They've been drinking, they've been out in the sun, they've been having a good time. But this is what they've been waiting for. This crowd can be very unpredictable. And by the sense of it, it's night time now. They're waiting for the big fight. There's a lot of pressure on these fighters' shoulders to get that job done and perform.
You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like,
oh my goodness, Johnny! And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
How about that time counter shot? The perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. Not a lot of defense here at all. It's all offense all the time. There's a counter shot. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. They exchange punches. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. This is almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent.
And there's the bell to start round 2. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
And that jab just missed with the left hand. Good one. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Solid punch. Just fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
How you deal with a slugger, you've got to use brain over brawn. Bull in a matador, pop, jab, move, get them angry.
Nice counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not sure why he's not using his reach advantage.
Never gonna happen. If you've got a good jab, you've got a good reach. I know nobody could ever get past that jab.
Punch, counter punch. A straight right just misses. Nice punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? Well, we know they've got the advantage so far. On to the third. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. Straight right just misses. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. Good counter punching. The jab doesn't quite connect. A perfect counter shot. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
They won't give us a second to catch our breath. That counter shot lands. Beautiful counter shot. And down goes Wilder. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
That's light.
1, 2, 3, 4. You still want to fight.
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
He blocks the uppercut. Hook misses. Nobody home with that hook. Good counter punch. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. talk about Wilder in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least
He's starting to make mistakes and he's switched.
here we go to the 4th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
They hit like heavyweights. Hold that thought! Oh, Wilder just got clipped and he's in a world of trouble. I don't know if I've ever seen him this hurt before. Disaster averted.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! I don't care how good your chin is. A punch like that and you're going down.
I need to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
They miss with the jab. Need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Missing with the hook. Any final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's going to be we just saw.
I love the respect.
Out there, let's reset.
And there's the bell for round 5. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Well done with that counter shot. Unlucky to miss with that jab. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Is he gonna punch himself out, though? Missing with the hook. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Fantastic punch. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
His stamina is off the charts. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who... This is the beginning of round 6. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched himself out? I don't think we can truly appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you continue?
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Is there any way back? There's the bell to start round 7. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Oh, Wilder just got clipped and he's in a world of trouble. I don't know if I've ever seen him this hurt before. And the Bronze Bomber goes down. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
A shot from the gods took him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
It's never ever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. His stamina is off the charts. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You are right.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to...
Final 10 seconds here unless something may... Hold it right there! And this fight is over! They knew it when they threw it. The perfect body shot, and no one's standing up to that one.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that...
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.